I swear this happens every single time. As soon as you're ready to hit record, something breaks, something's not working, or something unexpected happens.
This is Blind, a brand strategy design consultancy based in Santa Monica, California. Since 1995, Blind has used the power of design to help diverse clients reach their customers and stand out in the marketplace. In this series, you'll get a rare glimpse behind closed doors and see the process of rebranding a company from start to finish. This is Building a Brand. On our last episode, Matthew and Ben led the Blind team through the packaging design process. Using the final Stylescape, they generated 3 options for the Hamiltons to choose from. After agreeing on a design and working with Josh's vendor to produce the cans, the creative directors traveled to Hamilton Family Brewery to see the finished product. Now, Blind will create a brand video for the Hamilton website. This video will help site visitors understand who the Hamiltons are, their passion for what they do, and what to expect from their beer. Like a can on the shelf, this video will be an important way for Hamilton Family Brewery to connect with customers that either can't make it to the tasting room or are thinking about going and are looking for more information. Blind will accomplish this in a couple of steps: a shoot with Josh and Crysten to let them tell their story, a shoot with the beer to show off Hamilton's craftsmanship, and finding the right tone to set in the edit through both shot and music selection.
As you guys know, all of this stuff is happening at the same time. The website, the packaging, it's all going on at the same time. And one of the things that I want to put on the website is a brand video. And I want this thing to kind of play in the background until the user clicks on a play button, and then the play button would open up the video in a larger screen and actually play the audio.
The goal of the video is to tell the Hamilton Family Brewery story, what the experience is like, what they stand for, what their beer is like. Our goal is to capture as much of that as possible in a nice, tight 60 seconds to 2-minute video that will tell their story and live on their site without them.
Fortunately, I'm a video expert. I've done hundreds of thousands of videos in my time, and I've never done this before.
What is the video production process? Producing a video breaks down into 3 major steps. Step 1, pre-production. This is where we plan everything. We start by identifying the communication goal of the video, then we figure out how to do it. What locations are we shooting in? What crew and equipment do we need? And how do we schedule and plan all the shots that we need to capture the day of the shoot? Step 2, production. This is where we capture everything that we need. From picture to sound, we try to capture all the raw source material we need for the final edit. Typically, we overshoot here because we normally only get 1 shot to capture it all. Step 3, post-production. This is where it all comes together. Here, we take all the raw footage and sound, we edit it down into a very tight story. Then we layer in music to dictate how we want the viewer to feel, and then we do final color and add some graphics to make the video pop.
Matthew and Ben walked the production team through the creative brief for the brand video. During the meeting, they outlined the overall vision for the video, as well as specific production goals to be accomplished both on location at Hamilton Family Brewery and here on Blind's production stage.
I mean, this is pretty cool. We get to bring our team, which you guys don't normally see. We get to bring Stuart and Kevin and Mark along the trip with us and shoot all this stuff. So for us, there's a lot of planning that goes into this. We have a very narrow window of time that we have to coordinate with Josh and the business there, that we're shooting between business hours. We got to bring over tons and tons of gear, both camera, lighting, audio, C-stands, just to make this happen, because normally we have all this gear here in the studio and we're able to capture all of this very nicely. Now we have to bring all this gear over there on location, and this is also a big challenge. Then when we get there, we have to make sure that the plan that we have laid out is going to be executed perfectly.
Our team ventures into the pre-production stage, organizing an inventory of gear necessary for achieving the look and feel for Hamilton's brand video, while also figuring out the most efficient schedule for maximizing their small window of time at the brewery.
It's almost 7 o'clock, and obviously the reason why we're going so early is because we're trying to find some quiet time. This is a working brewery, meaning every day, every morning, they have a crew there that shows up and they're cleaning, they're brewing, they're doing stuff. That's always a tricky thing if you're going into a space where there's activity going on, to make sure the business is functioning that day. We have to tippy-toe around that because we don't want to disrupt it and have such a big footprint where it disrupts the flow of the business, because we don't want to do that. Even if we give ourselves time and padding to set up and do all the things that we need to, I swear this happens every single time. As soon as you're ready to hit record, something breaks, something's not working, or something unexpected happens. And hopefully that doesn't happen today.
The team gets to work at Hamilton Family Brewery, rearranging the space to capture the most picturesque qualities of the tasting room while lighting for a polished, cinematic image.
And then we're gonna close this door because we've got a lot of daylight flooding in. And when you're lighting a scene, you want to control the light as much as possible before you start sending up lights. If we start lighting with this kind of light, the sun's gonna come up, everything's gonna change, and we're gonna have to be moving our lights on the fly. So we're just trying to get ahead of that.
We're really just locking ourselves in so that we can swim inside those tubs back in those, what do you call this thing?
Beer bath.
We're gonna take beer baths.
Awesome, look at that.
Gives you a good diffuse, so all the light bounces all around here, and it gets diffused by a panel.
It was very challenging working in that space because it's an industrial space. We have a lot of hard surfaces, and the thing is, with hard surfaces like this, you have a lot of sound reflections. And when you have sound reflections, you get a lot of echo, and that doesn't sound great for audio capture. So what we had to do is we had to treat the space. And the way we did that is we brought a bunch of C-stands and sound blankets to help dampen the sound. Because when you put a soft material or sound absorbing material, all of a sudden it makes the voice sound rich. It makes it sound nice and quiet and tight, so you could focus on what somebody's saying versus all the ambient atmospheric sounds. So we had to treat the space so that we could capture Josh and Crysten's audio properly.
Something I noticed you guys were doing was using multiple mics, right?
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, for us, it's like we only have one shot to do this, and especially with our time running out now, we had to make sure that we get it in the can. So we had a boom mic, which is this long mic that we have pointed in the direction of the talent, and we had a lav on them, which you see on my lapel right here. So we have two sources of recording audio at slightly different levels, just in case one goes bad, one starts peaking and it sounds really gross. We're just trying to get coverage for safety.
So if you look at this framing, you'll see that we're going to be shooting into the shadows because that light is going to be hitting Matthew right there. Yeah, you'll see that in a lot of movies.
Yeah, so we want to have like a nice volume of shadow right here. And then we'll probably hit it with a kick light. So that little tiny guy right there, we'll see where we're going to do if we need that to help shape the back of the head. So that's known as like a kick or a hair light. We're going to use that to, or an edge light. We're going to use that to probably create more separation between the silhouette of Josh and the background there. So this is without it, right? You can see it's pretty flat. We just have all this ambient lighting coming in. So now we're turning that on, and you can see there's a nice key light right here, and then we're shooting into the shadow. So we're gonna have a little bit more shape and definition on the face.
The top tip that I have for you guys when making videos is hire great people.
Who know what they're doing?
What's lit right now?
We're lighting the logo.
That looks beautiful.
As soon as we were ready to green light and start hitting record on that camera, there was some construction crew right across the parking lot who started turning on their equipment.
Oh no, it wasn't construction crew. It was a car washing crew that brought a generator and a pressure washer.
At this moment, the pressure is on.
So this is one of the challenges. There's a lot of sound outside. There's some people power washing some cars outside. Luckily we have this door, but we do hear a little bit of it. You think we're gonna be good?
Yeah, I want to close those glass doors, and then we're going to shut the walk-in down, and then the little kind of mini cooler over there, we're going to shut that off too, and hopefully not ruin the entire inventory of beer.
Do not do that.
I was just looking at the clock, like, dude, we're running out of time. Are we gonna be able to do our job?
With lighting, camera, and sound all ready to go, Matthew prompts Josh and Crysten before the interview.
Crysten has a great perspective on what it meant for them as a family, what the feelings and the emotions were like going through this endeavor of becoming entrepreneurs, giving up everything and starting the brewery. While Josh, I wanted to focus on the educational aspect of it, like what makes their beer so special, what makes that experience so special, and what is Hamilton Family Brewery all about? What does it mean to him?
Josh is more business and product. Kristen's heart and home.
The interview is starting right now.
My name is Crysten Hamilton. I'm co-owner of Hamilton Family Brewery. Yeah, so Josh has been homebrewing for a couple of years by this point, and he came to me one day.
All right, now it's Josh's turn. We're interviewing him, as you guys can see. So he is now in the hot seat, our talent.
That's right.
And we got the crew here. We got everything framed up. Oh wait, lights are red. I think we're shooting now.
I'm Josh Hamilton, and I'm the co-owner of Hamilton Family Brewery.
Along with the interviews, the team captures extra footage on essential beer ingredients, emphasizing its textural elements through sound and picture. Hamilton provides the team with more of their products to bring back to Blind, where they can have a controlled environment to work on capturing the beauty of the beer. The Blind crew will shoot the beer at a high frame rate, allowing them to capture a smooth, slow-motion version of the perfect pour.
And it's like just a beer wonderland. They have cans and bottles and glasses all over the place, and they're pouring under these hot lights, and you can see the beer glasses like glistening with condensation, and I'm just like, wow.
And of course, after every take, it's like, all right, beer dump, and then just pouring it out, all that beautiful golden beer. We set up a bunch of lights, a high-speed camera, and we were just doing a bunch of beer pours all day. So one can after the other, different angles, just so that we could capture the beauty that is the Hamilton Family Brewery beer.
Damn, look at that.
That is beautiful.
Oh, great.
Where's the dry ice for the added effect?
They call that taste appeal.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. This thing is like sweating right there. Look at that. Juicy. Oh my gosh. It's looking really good. I'm thirsty, very thirsty, but the footage is looking great. I think we just need a couple more key shots in there to capture for our shot list.
Today?
I'm pretty excited.
We started. Oh, my stuff's blocking.
It looks delicious.
It does, right?
Yeah.
I was serious about that taste appeal thing. Like a long time ago when we used to direct tabletop stuff, food. I remember the first time I heard it, the agency and the client, they were like, "We need more taste appeal," and I was like, "Totally."
What does that mean?
Yeah, I had to like literally Google it. My phone came back. I'm like, I understand what that means.
What does that mean?
It means just making either food or beverage look more visually appealing, but not like art direction, or like it makes you salivate or makes you thirsty or something.
Right.
That's why you see all these beer shots and food shots and things. Kind of look the same, you know, it's like a sweating glass, because it triggers something in your mind that makes you go, oh man, I want to drink that. You can kind of like taste it through the screen.
Right.
That's
what we
taste
want to
appeal.
accomplish. Up until this point, we've been focused on the visuals. How do we capture their story? How do we show off the brewery? How do we show off the beer? But that's only half of the total effect. The other half of this brand video is the sound and the music. Music tells you how to feel. If you think about any movie that you watch or any show that you watch, when you feel something, take note of what's being played in the background.
Sometimes my 3-year-old and I will sit down to watch a movie. And one thing I've noticed is that she responds emotionally to the music that's in the movie. So we could be watching something really kind of scary for a 3-year-old, but if the music doesn't communicate that this is scary, she's fine. But as soon as those ominous tones creep in, she's like, oh, Daddy, I'm scared, and, you know. So you're totally right. Music creates emotion.
When we're going into the edit, we're using a library from Epidemic Sound, who's sponsoring this video. Thank you so much. When we were creating this brand video, John and I, the editor, we were listening to multiple tracks. We were listening to different genres. We're listening to different moods, different tempos, so that we're trying to find the right music that's going to set the right tone for the brand video.
Matthew will work separately with the editor of the brand video, John Pham, auditioning a variety of tracks until they have their Goldilocks moment, a song that perfectly sets the tone for the brand video.
It's already too heavy.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. Next track. It's too quirky. I got very Spanish all of a sudden. It's not bad. We could let's, if we even slightly like it, we should just save it. So if you add that to a playlist, yep, click that, and then go to Hamilton. Yep. There you go. So now that will just add to the end of the track. There's a cool feature in here where you can find similar tracks, and you can open that in a new window. So I think it's that guy right there. Let's see, what does that say? Find similar. So yeah.
Okay.
So now it will bring up anything that has similar parameters in terms of the mood or the genre. If you thought picking the right color for a brand is difficult, music is even more difficult, but because it's hard to talk about. And I feel like that's language that I don't necessarily have. Like I could talk about typefaces and colors and point sizes and design all day, but when it comes to music, that's where I'm a novice. And then even working with editors, we just got to make sure we're on the same page when we're using language, because we have to get that aspect right.
After exploring a variety of genres and moods, Matthew and John have narrowed it down to one track that they hope is a perfect fit. Matthew will now pull in Ben to get his feedback before they lock the edit and put the finishing touches on so that they can present to Josh. Having put aside a lot of great choices, Matthew is hoping Ben will love the final mix of music and images that have been created.
So, I've been working with John now, and you haven't seen any of the edits until this point.
I haven't seen anything since we went to the Hamiltons and shot.
Right, so it's been in my lap for a while, so what I'd like to do actually is to get your reaction to the video.
Yes, let's do it.
I want to see your take because I feel like you're the closest to Josh and know what he likes. And I need you to tell me honestly if you feel like this is something he's gonna go for and represents the brand.
Okay.
Because you're super objective. You haven't seen any of this at all.
All right.
Fingers crossed. Ben could love it, he could hate it, or the worst thing is he could be lukewarm on it, and I don't want that at all. Ben?
Love people, love beer.
Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Oh, you guys killed that.
Yeah?
That is crazy good.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh my God, I love that.
That's not just for camera, right?
No. I forgot they were there. No, you guys found some amazing B-roll, and I was like blown away by that. And I loved the kind of like back and forth between Josh and Crysten, because it really was like two sides of the same story, the heart and home and then the business and product, and it was just great. There's pictures in there that I've never seen, which was also really cool, because it almost took me on the journey with them, which I really, really liked. Man, good job.
With the picture locked, sound mixed, footage colored, and the right piece of music selected, Matthew will present the new brand video to Josh and Crysten for final approval.
Hey! Hi guys! We shot a couple weeks ago at the brewery, and our intent and goal with this video was to create something that captures you guys. What your story is all about, what the experience is like at the brewery, and what makes your beer so special and magical. So that was our big goal with this, to capture this all in one video and do it in a concise way that will tell your guys' story without you being there. So we're recording this obviously, so I'll share it with you. Just want to get your reaction to all of this stuff, and then we can talk about it.
Okay, cool. Love people, love beer. Beer is better when you're drinking it with the people you love. And the best way to serve the people you love is with great beer that had heart and passion brewed into it.
Hi, I'm Crysten Hamilton, and I'm co-owner of Hamilton Family Brewery with my husband, Josh.
I'm Josh Hamilton, and I'm the co-owner of Rancho Cucamonga's Hamilton Family Brewery. Hamilton Family Brewery is a small brewery my wife and I started, originated in our backyard, just me falling in love with the process of brewing beer and creating new stuff. Double Mango is our most popular beer here, and I think the reason why is it appeals to a large group of people. You have people who are hopheads, and all they want is really hoppy, bitter beer. So we have this double IPA loaded with hops, and they're the type of hops that have tropical notes. And what the mango serves to do is bring out these juicy notes from hops. So people who just wanted hops have those accentuated. People who wanted fruit are getting those flavors from the hops, so they're both in agreement.
We loved having people in our backyard for beer, and we wanted to bring that sense to the brewery. He came home from work and he was like, "Hey babe, what if we sell our house and start a brewery?" And I was like, "Wait, what, sell our house? We have 2 kids." In 3 days, our house sold for over asking price.
It takes a year to open a brewery or longer. We did it in 7 months. We like to think of it as ours originally, but now it's the city's. Everybody comes here and drinks. We just serve the beer. If you're looking for a brewery that's going to welcome you in, treat you like family, a place where you can relax and enjoy a great beer, come on down to Hamilton Family Brewery. We'd love to have you.
Wow.
Guys, that was awesome.
Oh, man.
I want to go to that brewery.
Yeah. Wow, dude, that was gorgeous. All the close-up beer
beautiful.
pours and everything.
The sound,
Jeez.
the sound effects were incredible. That was really, I almost teared up. That was really cool.
Yeah, that mango slice shot.
That was
It
incredible.
exploded at your face. I was like,
You can
damn.
see the juices coming off the mangoes.
Yeah, we're so stoked on how it turned out. I'm glad you guys are feeling it too, because that was our big thing. It's we want to make sure that this represents you guys well. This covers a good gamut of your story, your beer, and the experience there, and yeah. So I'm glad you guys are stoked about it.
Absolutely
We're
love
so
it, man.
excited.
All right,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you so much, man.
All right, have a great day,
All right.
Matt.
Bye,
See you later.
Stuart.
Bye, Stuart. See you
Bye,
later.
guys.
I want to thank Epidemic Sound for sponsoring this video and allowing us to share this behind-the-scenes process of building a brand video with you all. We've actually used Epidemic Sound Library exclusively on every episode of Building a Brand series because it offers such a diverse range of quality music that we love. Epidemic works with a world-class roster of artists to bring you well-produced tracks that don't sound like stock. If you produce video for your business, campaigns for your social media, your website, or anything that gets your message to your customers and audiences, you need good music. And as we've discussed in this episode, music is a crucial part to how your brand is perceived. It's the other half of the equation. From chill hop to folk music or classic rock, Epidemic has a deep catalog of amazing music for you to choose from. So if you need amazing royalty-free music for your content, check out the link in the description below.
On our next episode of Building a Brand, with the project coming to a close, Matthew and Ben will deliver the brand style guide, a document that lays out all of the visual guidelines for Hamilton's new branding. With that in hand, Josh will be able to create new cans, merchandise, signage, and more that Hamilton Family Brewery will need to expand beyond their tasting room. Ben and Matthew will head out to Rancho Cucamonga to attend Hamilton's revealing of their new branding, part of a celebration that Hamilton has opened to its entire Rancho community.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the video production process or music, leave us a question in the comments section below. As always, don't forget to share this video with a friend because it really helps us out. We'll see you on the next episode of Building a Brand.